is your biggest fantasy?
My biggest fantasy is having with a different guy in every country.
Having sex with different guy. মানে এটা মানুষের কিরকম চয়েস মানে কিরকম ফ্যান্টাসি? না, দ্যাটস নরমাল, হইতেই পারে, স্বাভাবিক, একটা মানুষের ফ্যান্টাসি থাকতেই পারে।
Oh, okay. What is your biggest fantasy?
My biggest fantasy
she's so pretty.
is for me, all of my family, and all of my friends to live outside of the city in the suburbs in a very big house and just not work and just sit all day and like talk to each other, watch movies and just live like that forever in the middle, like in a beautiful place in the middle of nature.
It's like heaven.
Yes.
Look like
Yeah.
heaven.
What is your biggest fantasy?
My biggest fantasy is that I want to have a with two guys. I will say.
You guys,
বুঝলাম না ভাই, সবাই এখন সেক্স করতে চাইতেছে কেন?
Two guys. I will say.
you guys at the same time.
Yeah, and maybe one girl. Two.
One girl, two. And এটা দেখার পর still I feel like এটা আমার ex আমার সামনে দাঁড়ায় কথা বলতেছে and I just saw her in this video. Fuck.
Okay. Okay. What is your biggest fantasy?
I like to sleep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. What is your biggest fantasy?
My biggest fantasy is that
Oh, actually, a boy first impression of voice শোনার পর I think she's actually ready to fight.
I want to become one of the best surgeons
Okay.
in the world.
Oh, acha, surgeons. Oh, how pretty she was.
What is your biggest fantasy?
I think to be kissed.
Oh, এটা আমার সব ফ্রেন্ডসদের জন্য ডেডিকেটেড করা।
I like it too.
I like it too.
I like it too.
What is your biggest fantasy?
My biggest fantasy is 1 million followers for Instagram.
Million followers. I think 2023 আইসা এটা খুব impossible কিছু না as a girl.
What is your biggest fantasy?
My biggest fantasy is that everyone can walk around by themselves and be safe,
She's so smart.
and no one should like care about others because
independent.
you're an independent human being. So why do you care about others?
What is your biggest fantasy?
Biggest fantasy.
For me, it's fingering.
Fingering? Wait.
Fingering. Yeah.
Oh, fingering. I'm sorry, man. তুমি যেটা ভাবতেছো ওইটা না ভাই, ইভেন আমি যেটা ভাবতেছি ওইটাও না।
What is your biggest fantasy?
I sleep with teddy bear.
Oh, okay. It's cute. Like I sleep with my teddy bear too.
এখন কিছু পোলাপান বলবো I want to become a teddy bear. যদি এটা বলার মতো কথা, even I also.
What is your biggest fantasy?
I think my biggest fantasy is that I'm addicted to taking lots of pictures.
Oh,
What is your biggest fantasy?
My biggest fantasy is without any clothes.
what the hell, man? কাপড় পরে সেক্স করে কোন
It's comfortable, is it?
Yeah, it's comfortable, but sometimes it's not normal.
I think that's a normal thing.
ওকে, সো তুমি যদি আমার চ্যানেলে নতুন হয়ে থাকো অবভিয়াসলি সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দেবে, ইভেন ফেসবুক থেকে দেখলে অবশ্যই হচ্ছে চ্যানেলে লাইক বা ফলো করে রাখবে।